You've seen photos of old Devonsport from when the town was first built. This looks like that. It looks like the same docklands of Devonsport that you visited before, but rendered in age. And secondly, you recognise the building these people are standing around. It's the building that was on fire in your vision.
A woman fell out of there. This is not his place anymore. This is not his game, I think. How did we end up here? I look for Toby. Is Toby with me?
Toby is still supporting your weight, just as bewildered as you.
Yes. Where the hell are we, Sylvia?
Devonsport, long ago. I saw this place. I saw a glimpse of that building. It was on fire. A woman was screaming, falling out of the window. I don't know what it means, but it looks different. We must go there.
Let's go there then. Let's see what's there. Perhaps there's a way out there. A way to stop all this. And I continue supporting you as we move forward towards the building.
This means something. Something in Devonsport history. Something about how things came to be. I think.
And as you approach the building, it's that smell of barbecue again. Rich smell of fumes in the air. And once again, Sylvia, but now with Toby, you can see the reason these people are stood outside the building is because there's a fire within it. The windows shatter from the intense heat within. There's just one scream emerging from that building. But before we address it, Dwayne, you heard gunfire outside. You can't make out the words that Eric is speaking, but you definitely hear his voice. The teacher Dubois ducks and covers under his desk as you look in the direction of the gunfire. The children start panicking, running around. Some of them enter the corridor, others hide in the classroom.
Part of me wants to try and calm some of them down, to give some orders, because what they're doing isn't safe, but they're not real, and that's not why I'm here. It's already happened. Toby's wrong. I wish he wasn't, but he's wrong. You can't undo what's been done, but I know where Eric is. Okay. I keep my gun steady, and I'll try carefully moving through the corridor to the sound of the gunfire, making sure not to be in any sight lines, just in case he just shoots me straight off.
Come out, wherever you are. This is my game, my rules. You can't kill me, I've got infinite lives. But I can kill you.
I hear that, and then I kind of, making sure I'm in some cover, yell out, Eric, it's... You probably don't remember me. Does the name Dwayne McLean mean anything to you?
Your name doesn't mean anything to me, but your friends are gone. I can tell you that. I'm guessing Grace took them, so it's just you and me now, Mr. McLean. What is this, some kind of die-hard mod?
Nah, I never liked that film. I'm your dad, Eric. Your real dad.
He doesn't respond. You can't see him, and you can't hear him.
I'm sorry this happened to you, Eric. I don't know why this has happened to you. I don't know who being touched by Grace means. I don't know that, but I know that your mother and I thought you'd be better if...
You can stop now. I've processed the information. I get it. You fucked my mom. And what are you now? A virus? Sent to corrupt this game? Trying to confuse my signals? Well, I'm not confused. I get it. Men fuck women. Women fuck men. And the circle of life goes on. What do you want? A medal?
No, you stupid boy. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to say I'm sorry, okay?
Well, that's just offensive.
And he opens fire at the side of the school. None of the bullets hit you, though you hear them hit the wall, almost feel them hit the wall close to you.
And what did you do to help me, Dad? Nothing. Nothing. For my entire life. I never heard word one from you. I just had that wet sop of a... Well, I guess I thought he was my dad, but he wasn't. Bit late for a reunion now.
I didn't want to ruin your life, Eric. I didn't want you to become something like this. I thought I'd make you something like this, because we're not the same, but I think some of you... I think this came from me. The way you are, this came from me. It had to. It had to.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're to blame. I tell you what, I will lower my gun. You lower yours. You come out, and we will have a chat. Father and son. Maybe we can clear some of this up. Mend some wrongs.
Sure thing, Eric. That's what I want. This game. It's not a real game, Eric. You're already dead. I saw you myself. And I think this is some sort of hell. And maybe I belong here. I don't deserve that, but maybe I don't get to judge that. Okay, maybe I don't. But you.
Listen, Dad. Come out, and we'll talk about it out here. Stop talking to me through a wall.
You promised to... You and me. This shooting these kids doesn't do anything. It's meaningless. Just stop it.
Cross my heart and hope to die. I will not shoot another soul. I'm done.
Can I roll intuition to see if I actually believe any of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
14.
So, give me your question.
I don't really think I care if he's gonna shoot me. Do I actually believe he's gonna just start shooting everyone again the second he shoots me?
No. You've got no reason to trust him. All you have is his word, and it depends really on how much his word matters to you and to him. And based on what he's told you and the way he's acted and potentially the number of times he's run through this scenario, it seems unlikely that he would just stop because of some sugared words from you.
Yeah. I shout back and I say, I'll come closer. But come on, kid, I'm not stupid. You're not stupid. You want me to just walk out in front of you? I think you just gun me down and move on. No, we're gonna talk, whether you want to or not. And we need a wall. For now.
Fine. I will stand on one side of the wall. We can have a window near us. It'll be all like a confessional booth. As long as I don't see any of those kids, because I may not be able to help myself.
Deal. And I try and move along the wall to where there might be a window, making sure not to actually step in front of the window. I don't know what the other two are doing. Maybe they aren't real. Maybe they're doing something. I don't know, but I need to sort this out. There has to be a way. There has to be something of the boy I knew in there. No, I don't know. Well, boy, did I even know.
You hear his combat boots crunching through the gravel, and then he sighs as he rests against the wall, just a couple of feet away from you, but divided by concrete.
So here I am. Oh wait, I forgot something.
Make a perception roll, please.
21.
In that case, you hear the pin come out of the grenade before he throws it through the window.
Fuck. I attempt to dive out of the way of the incoming grenade. I forgot again.
Make a reflexes roll, please.
10.
In that case, as the grenade explodes, only shortly following his shout of "Fire in the hole!" followed by laughter, your legs are riddled with shrapnel. Your ears are ringing. You are surrounded with smoke. But now you're not in the school anymore. You're in a burning building. Your legs are still riddled with shrapnel. They're bleeding, punctured. But the room around you, there's flames licking up the walls. There's wallpaper peeling and burning from it. You see a chandelier crash from the ceiling as the flames lick through the rope holding it in place. There's a screaming woman somewhere on the floor with you. You're no longer near a window. You can't see or feel Eric anywhere near you. The explosion appears to have transported you. You do, in effect, have a critical wound.
I yell out in pain and confusion. I feel so stupid. This Eric. Damn it! Maybe there is nothing left. Maybe this is the literal result of my sin. I don't know. But wait, there's a woman in here. I don't know. Okay, I'll try and get up and call out like, hello? Hello? Who's there? I'll try and help you. Shit.
Sylvia and Toby, as you approach the building, you hear, above the sounds of the crackling of fire and the breaking of glass, Dwayne's voice from inside the building. The screaming is coming from upstairs. The screaming woman is upstairs, but Dwayne appears, you think, on the ground level.
Dwayne. That's him.
You hear that?
Yeah. But I can't help feeling that somehow the woman's important too. And I just look over it. How is it completely in flames, like the building engulfed?
Very nearly.
I look around at the crowd of people. I say, she might be able to make it to the window.
Let her burn!
Who is it?
Goddamned whore!
Who is in there?
It's a brothel! Let her burn!
Does this ring any bell at all? Does this mean anything? A brothel being burnt down and someone inside of it?
You've heard stories, well before your time, that there used to be a thriving red light district in the docks of Devonsport, as there often was in the docks of many places, and you have heard of a great fire that swept through it in maybe the 1920s or 30s. But beyond that, without access to a library or an internet archive, you're just not sure.
I look over at Toby.
I don't know what we can do. Can't get into that inferno.
Why is this important then? What is it that we're supposed to do here?
I just move a bit closer, trying to see if there's anything that can be done, anything that we can do to help whoever's trapped inside.
There's one window left intact, and you can see through it crawling, or more or less dragging himself along the floor, his legs in bloody tatters, Dwayne. Before you can open the window or break it, you can actually see a reflection in the glass. It's just a brief one. It's within the crowd behind you, the unmoving crowd. Toby, you make it out clearer than Sylvia. A 9-foot tall, perhaps, figure. It's tall, bloated. Its shadow quivers in a way that you feel is delighted. A long tongue can be seen slithering in and out of its mouth, even in this distorted reflection.
I just stare at it. What the hell is that?
The glass of the window breaks due to the heat, and you can no longer see the reflection.
I look behind me.
It's not there. The crowd just stare, pleased, it seems, with the inferno in front of them. And Dwayne, you are able to now see Sylvia and Toby in the window frame. You may be able to reach them.
Come over. Take our hand. Anyone in there, come to the windows. I shout at the remaining screams of whoever that is.
A woman is suddenly trying to force her way out from the window one floor up, but it seems stuck, as if she can't fit through the window, as if there may be something holding her back, and she's screaming, being roasted alive, her back half caught in the flames, her front half exposed to the air, and now you can hear the crowd behind you laughing and mocking as she struggles.
As I struggle to stand with the shrapnel in my leg, it's difficult. I try and cover my mouth so I don't breathe in the smoke. Can I hear this happening on the floor above me? Do I hear it like that's where the voice was? It's a floor above me.
Yeah, this place, its architecture makes no sense. At one point she seemed to be screaming on the ground floor with you, now she's screaming above you, but you're sure now you can hear her voice below you, in the walls, around you. Could I ask for Dwayne to make a fortitude roll at this point?
16.
Flames burst through the floorboards. You are able to roll out of the way, closer to the window frame before they catch you, closer to your companions. If they burn you, you don't feel it. They burn through some of the trousers still left attached to your leg. Right now, the chance of getting up the stairs seems very remote.
I stumble back from the flames, just narrowly avoiding them. I look to that stairway and I just see, fuck, I can't get up there. Is that the whole point of this place, that you can't do things here? It just shows you things you can't do? Is that what fucking hell is? I don't know, but I can. I'll just start trying to climb out that now shattered open window, trying to not cut myself in glass. And I say to the others as I see them outside, someone's upstairs, but I can't. I can't reach them. I can't.
I try and get my jacket off, just wrestle it off, and help cover the window frame where the glass is protruding, the bits of glass that he could otherwise cut himself on, and try to help him out, even though I'm leaning a lot of my weight on the window just to stand up as well. Toby, can you get them?
Toby is the only one who potentially could.
I'll try to do that. How can I get there?
Well, the door to the brothel is still closed. All of the windows, as noted, are now blown out. The window at Dwayne and Sylvia, well, and your own level, is accessible, though you can see the flames snaking up the staircase, and down it. It's either a matter of jumping in through the access you already have, opening up a new one, and then charging up the stairs, or trying to get to that window from the exterior, climbing up the outside of the building somehow, and maybe helping her out that way.
Well, I'll try to go with the opening that I have before me then. I'm trying to get through there and making my way up.
Alright then. The place is like entering an oven. The flames around you are thick and hot and searing your skin just by passing them. There's no time to sweat as the sweat becomes vapour. Could I ask for a fortitude roll from Toby, please?
8 + 2, 10.
10. You scorch yourself badly on the door handle leading to her, your left hand becoming useless for the remainder of this scene, as the pain is intense, seared down to the nerves. You are therefore forced to shoulder open the door.
I scream and I just persist. I try to shoulder open the door, then I push it in, trying to get her.
Do so and make a reflexes roll, please.
7 + 4 + 1. That is 12.
You remember enough of your training and, well, basic fire safety to know that as you shoulder this door, you duck down. There's going to be some kind of draft that runs through here, and no doubt it will carry with it intense heat. Luckily, it doesn't catch you in the face and drive the air out of your lungs. Rather, you're able to just keep marching forward, head down, into the inferno where, sure enough, this woman is trapped in the window frame. She is being roasted from the waist down. Her skin now charred and blackened. She's caught because one of her feet is caught on a loop of the radiator. You notice the loop is actually a manacle. She has been chained here.
Oh, fuck. I make my way there and I try to open it somehow or do violence on it so that it's destroyed, whatever I can.
I'm going to ask for 2 rolls from you then. Let's do a violence first because you are walking right into the thick of the flames.
10, 6, 19.
19. With tremendous force, violence you have not spent for some time but feels utterly natural. You don't break the chain, but you do break the radiator. And she comes free. Fortitude roll now, please.
3 + 9 + 2. That's 14.
Your best bet. You can't stay here, but you can't go back. You will have to go tumbling out the window with her unless you want to very quickly get roasted from head to foot.
Come on, let's go, I say, and I grab her and I get out the window.
The both of you crash in unceremonious fashion to the cobbled road in front of the brothel. She clutches onto you. Her voice is now a whisper. Help me.
I will. And I am starting to feel the pain all of a sudden from everything that I've gone through. I don't know how I'm still alive.
Everything around you, the 4 of you now, turns to smoke. The people watching, the bizarre reflection, if you can see any of it left in the shards of glass, the brothel, the flames themselves, everything just dissolves to smoke, and now you are stood at the edge of a large gallery. You are being swept through many places. The walls are dressed in heavy crimson curtains. There's a smell of perfume and incense in the air. The floor is cold stone. A massive circular bed sits on a raised platform with 13 steps in the middle of the room. You still bear your wounds. You still bear your pains. Semi-transparent linens hang between the bedposts, obscuring what lies within, but a pale glow, like that of the moon, illuminates a vague shape moving beyond the curtains. A soft voice calls you forward. Dwayne, Toby, Sylvia, you saved me.
Who are you?
She pulls the curtains away. Curvy, feminine form. She doesn't bear the burn marks that you do, Toby. She is a painfully beautiful human woman. Long dark hair spilling across her slender shoulders. She radiates as if infused with some unknown ancient power. My name is Grace. And she smiles. Welcome to my domain.
Where is this? Are we still in the game?
Oh, no. You're not there anymore. You're safe with me. And I have to thank you. You are the first to help. And she looks to Toby, especially. I won't forget that.
It was nothing. What they did to you, it's unforgivable.
Well, I agree. There's a monster among you. A creature, inhuman and vile, that has dwelt in your midst for centuries. It has worn many faces, many names, and you know it as Jessica Inzio. It turned people against me and had me murdered. I was not the first, and there have been many more like me, and she looks at Dwayne.
I kind of try and stand, wincing again as my leg is very badly wounded. I chuckle, because all this is starting to seem fucking ridiculous, and I just say, "Oh, she's the monster. I can totally believe that, but you say your name's Grace? Care to explain why people are talking about being touched by Grace, and one of them is a fucking monster as well? Do you make monsters as well, whoever the fuck you are?"
I would appreciate a little more decorum in this place. Right now, your injuries are not hurting you nearly as much as they could be. And she looks to Sylvia. You could be dead right now, but I am willing it to not be so. So please encourage your friend Dwayne here to use a more civil tongue.
It's ironic in a way. I say I try to stand tall, but everything hurts and I just want to fall over. Even what she says is true. It's somehow less obvious that I am mortally wounded. It's ironic that the reason we're sent here, or the reason we've ended up here, is because of Jessica.
Well, that plays into my wishes. You see, Jessica will continue to spread its corruption until it is stopped. I can even see its taint on some of you. And it is time for revenge. It is time that the outcasts and the unwanted stand up and tear down the rotten facade of Devonsport. Don't you think so?
Are you the reason for the school shooting? Are you the one that she's trying to find?
Well, that was Eric. It was his drive and his desire. I just helped him because it served my purpose.
It served your purpose. And why should I help you when you've helped destroy something that is the most precious to me?
I can offer you... Well, see me as a genie in a lamp. I have certain gifts at my disposal, and if you do not believe me, just look at your surroundings. Look at the injuries you bear and how I am able to salve them. I can make sure and will make sure that when you return to your Elysium, your injuries will have all vanished. You will suffer no ill course, regardless of whether you align to me or not. But I can do much more than that. Sylvia, would you like Henry back?
I'm just staring at her for a bit, squinting at her, trying to make sense of this, trying to figure out what I actually believe. I don't even know if I'm just hurt in here. If she's gonna just turn off the vision that we've seen. If we come back again, are we actually this hurt? What is real, and can she actually do that? So for a second I don't really say anything, in case any of the other two butts in.
I kind of grunt a little, furious at being told to be civil, but then I'm listening. After all, none of this makes sense, but then after a moment I kind of go, I'll be civil if you be civil. Did you... Is Eric the way he is because of you? Is that... Did you make him into that, or is that who he really is?
I'm no psychologist. Eric was a destructive and troubled... how might they say it? Malcontent before I ever reached him. If it wasn't this, it would have been something else. And the projections from his mind into that place are his images of the way things were and are. So no, I didn't turn your son into a monster, Dwayne. I just gave him a push in a direction that suited me.
Would you have the power to stop what he is now? Take him from his game and at least make him see what he is somewhere? I don't know how it works in this place.
He is where he is happiest.
Well, can you take that away from him? You just said you're a genie or something.
Why would I do that? Because you want it? Because you want me to deprive a loyal servant of... No. I can do things for you. I will not do anything to him. Let me think. Dwayne, well, I can't bring your wife back. She's been gone a little too long. But I can ensure that Erin is never discovered.
Well, what do you mean? Well, what do you mean? She is... That's already done. That's not helping me out. Unless you're blackmailing me.
Well, her body is still in that car in that lake. I'm sorry to be a revelation to your companions here. They probably don't know who we're talking about. But she can stay there a little deeper, a little unfound, forever. And you can walk away and live your life. I can make all evidence disappear. Because if I don't, and I have a little bit of a gift for this, I promise things will have a habit of resurfacing.
I laugh. I see. You're just, the new Jessica Inzio for me. Great. Fucking great. And I just look at Toby.
Hearing this, I take a step back, but then I just look at you, and I look at Sylvia, and then I look at this Grace.
Toby, my hero. I can free you from your dark dreams and violent desires if you work with me. You can live without guilt and nightmares for as long as you are sworn to me.
Then yes, that's all I want. That would be my life back.
See, it's that easy.
I have felt for a long time that of course there is something wrong with my boss, with it all, with Devonsport. I've been a servant. I've been good. I've been ruthless. Do you just look to take her place? And for that, I'll have Henry back.
I would not be taking Jessica Inzio's place, Sylvia. I am not a manipulative and controlling creature like her, like it.
I just sniff and I straighten up, standing there in my ripped, bloodied business attire. I pull my hair to the side, my face smearing some more blood across it, and I just say, "What do you need?"
Well, Dwayne, then that just leaves you. Things are already in motion. In fact, the creature, Jessica Inzio, doomed itself when it murdered me. My servants are already breaking down the foundation of lies that uphold Devonsport. Soon the barrier will be weakened enough so I can pass through. But you that have Jessica's trust, you who do its bidding, you can get close to her when the time is right. You can weaken her for me. You are all tormented. You are all filled with desire and sin. These are things Jessica has forced you to do. There are also things she has kept from you, secrets that she holds against you, like a blade that can slit your throat whenever she wishes. I can remove these things. I can pardon your sins. I can give you what you want, but only if you help me. Dwayne, will you help me?
I kind of look at the others. I just shrug and look at the ground. I don't know. What if maybe I said an insulting word right now, claimed that you were literally the same thing, and that helping you still lets people like what my son's become get off? Maybe I don't deserve to get off. Maybe I deserve to be in hell. Did you think of that?
Her warm glow and alluring smile drops. The air is suddenly cooler. She walks up to Toby and forces a kiss on his lips. Toby, you feel a liquid exit her mouth, enter yours, and force its way down your throat. She then walks to Sylvia and kisses her also. It's a swift motion. It all happens within a matter of seconds, and the same expulsion of thick liquid enters Sylvia's gullet. And then she looks at Dwayne. Well, in that case, why don't you just burn? A sudden fire spreads across the bed first, then the drapery, then the bedclothes. She stands between you, Dwayne, and the bed, and you, just you, see her true form, just briefly. A many-scaled, slender and twisted thing. The only part of its body bulbous, the part that carries a dozen or more suppurating teats, each oozing a foul, noxious black bile. Its head small, pin-like atop its body, but coated in small V-shaped eyelets, through which you can see a flurry of motion. Arms replaced with spindly, bony scarecrow-like branches, with 3 claws on either end. And with a sudden gesture, she commands the fire to consume you, Dwayne. You feel yourself burning alive. You lose 2 stability.
As I scream in agony, my mind completely breaks. The last thing I would be thinking before completely losing it. I just wish I could fuck them all. You fucking devils! Fuck you all! And then it's just burning and fire and my mind is gone.
All 3 of you are thrown out of purgatory. When you open your eyes, you have returned to Eric's apartment in Seattle. All 3. You are tired, you are hungry, you are thirsty, and you each have mind-splitting headaches. Your hands, first of all, go to the most apparent wounds that were on your bodies, but they are now absent. No wounds can be felt, no tenderness of skin, not even burnt fingertips. You are all back in your own reality, back in the safety of Elysium. At least for now.
You have listened to an episode of Red Moon Roleplaying, where we played The Shunned for KULT Divinity Lost, which was written by Jonas Nelson, with additional material from Petanado. The Shunned was released as part of the Screams and Whispers scenario collection. Our game master was our dear friend Matthew Dawkins, and the series has been sponsored by the fine folks at Helmgast. The music was made by Atrium Carceri, featuring a number of collaborations with other artists, and was used with permission from their label, Cryochamber. Check out their website at cryochamber.bandcamp.com or their YouTube channel for some moody dark ambient. We would like to give massive thanks to our champions of the Red Moon: Martin Heuschober, Nastasia Raulerson, Simon Cooper, David, Julián, Camilla, Ludwig Manford, Bob Lange, Julián, Cameron, Xabier, and Antxon for their generous support. And we would of course also like to thank all of our other patrons. Without your support, the show would not be possible. If you want to support our work, please check us out on Patreon. You can get access to bonus campaigns for KULT Divinity Lost and Coriolis there, as well as get early and raw access to all of our recordings. You can also hear your name read on the show as the champion of the Red Moon, as well as play KULT with us. Most importantly, that support is what keeps the show going, so do check us out there. Thank you again for listening, and remember, death is only the beginning.